the resources in the community alone is worth more than $100 a month.
Yeah. Appreciate
and
that.
then when you start generating some income,
yeah,
shoot, I've been in this 2 weeks, really, right? And I've made almost $300.
Yeah.
I've more than covered my membership.
Yep.
But it requires you to actually dip your toes in and start.
You gotta do it.
Start trying it.
Yeah.
Or else you're just gonna sit there and overanalyze. Well,
yep.
there's too many things. Well, pick the simple one and just go.
Go with the first 2 or 3. We got some ARB stuff. We got some BTC stuff. We got some simple ones to play with.
Pick whatever you have. If you do have assets,
that's good advice.
Those. If you don't have any, pick the blue chips, like you said.
Good advice. That's actually really good right there. People need to hear that.
Why the yield farming interests me is I've been searching. I've been in these ROI Dapps. I've been getting killed over the last year. People want to get rich quick. It's never been successful. So I don't know why people keep trying it.
Yeah.
So, I learned in the last 6 months to a year that that's not where I want to be. And I've been searching for, what is really going to generate some steady yields for me.
Yes.
Right. So,
so
I
good.
just really appreciate in my 2 weeks that I've been liquidity farming.
Yeah. It hasn't been that long, right?
Yeah. It's a no-brainer. It's like I got steady income. Yeah, it fluctuates a little bit.
Yep.
But I understand that I got to bring more capital in if I want to get to the level I want to get at. And I $100 a day, I can retire with my pension and all that.
Yep.
And I don't have to sacrifice my current lifestyle.
Yep.
And I'll be able to leave stuff for my kids.
And so
I don't even know.
Just to bring this in context, so you're 25% of the way there, basically. Let's just say if you're at $25 a day, you're 25% of the way there to the $100 goal. So that's not bad. That's a quarter way there. And then how long have you been doing the yield farming thing for? Just so I'm clear, like when did you start taking it seriously?
Well, when I got in here.
Yeah.
Really, that's when I really took it seriously.
Cool.
I believe it's going to be mass adoption time. And it's still early for people to get in. But there's so many people that are going to be late to the game, just like they were late to the .com stuff.
And they will be exit. And it breaks my heart, but you have to understand the game you play is if you get in late, you're going to be someone that's exit liquidity. And whether it's fair, unfair, that's not my place to say. You just got to understand the game you're playing. But for every buyer, there's a seller. For every seller, there's a buyer. And so just get in as early as you possibly can. And I think most people continue to hesitate, which is why I like yield farming. That's what I want to talk about, is because you can, in a way, this is an absolutely true
risk. It's reducing risk.
That's what I think. That's how I play the game. How can I get into assets without having to just buy and hold them? How can I get into something that produces me a flow, cash flow, or really asset flow? Like if I'm in a Bitcoin and ETH pool, I get into that. So I do have to make an initial investment, and then I can make more Bitcoin and ETH. So Bitcoin and ETH are making babies, and I'm stacking up those babies in my bull run bag without needing to constantly every week spend more money. I need to make an initial investment is the way I think about it. Yeah, that's why we have the TA for anyone listening who's in the UIG. Obviously, just make sure you go through the TA and get involved in the TA so you can make decisions based on support resistance.
That is huge for me. I've never really understood all that. I've considered
it's not that complicated, hey? Once you start playing with it a little bit.
No, but I've considered getting into a training course so they can teach me all that. But it's like $300 a month or $1,500 total. You got to stay in so long.
Yeah.
Shoot, I get way more than that joining, UIG, and I got enough where I feel comfortable, picking a range, and then I watch David. And I'm like, okay, I pick up more stuff.
Yeah.
And I figure out exactly how he's reading those charts.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get better every day. I'm telling you. We all are.
That is the game, my friend. That is the game. Nothing.
Yeah, and then on your side of it, you're providing all the tools and information for the members, if they never crack open the book, it's hard for you to truly, really, when you
Right.
ask, how can we help you a little further? You don't know.
For sure.
There's no way you can help them if they don't actually take some action.
It's a very small, we have a very, our community, it seems like, is a very action orientated and helpful and supportive community that are not just crypto bros, but they're literally investors, or they want to become investors. So it's a very small minority, but every once in a while we get someone who just doesn't use it and then complains, but we still take responsibility. I'm like, how do we get people more engaged right when they join? How do we get someone to just take act? Like, how do we get them engaged? So I'll take responsibility to the day I die for everything. That's just my personality, though.
Well, you can't help everyone. Just remember that.
This is true.
You know,
This is true. This is true.
you can only provide the tools for people to succeed. And, from the beginning, the first thing you said is you got to do something.
Mhm.
If you want to put your money in somebody else's hand and let them do it all for you, what's your experience there? I would say my experience there is not very
Mine has
good.
been pretty poor too.
Yeah. All the stuff you're teaching, at 40 something is when I started thinking, well, am I going to really be able to retire? Because all I'm doing is forking out cash. I've saved, my 30-year working life.
Mm-hmm.
I've made some good investments in my house.
Mm-hmm.
I stocked money away in 457, 401k,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. But
This is good.
yeah, it's good, but it's something, but it's not going to keep up with inflation. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And I really do think our financial system is gonna break.
Whack, bro.
Yeah,
Whack.
and the opportunity to to basically earn what the banks earn by being a liquidity provider, it's a
Being the
no-brainer.
bank. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
So good.
mean, anyway, I thank you for. I thank the person that shared your platform with me.
Ah, nice. Someone shared it. I love that.
His name is Brew. He's Robert Brew.